Hello, welcome to my review for Pokemon Journeys, episode 122. Semi-finals 1, Sweep. So as the title suggests, we're finally back with the semi-finals for Masters Tournament. Kind of. So this episode feels like it's got a problem being 3 episodes in one, as we get Leon and Dianthus battle, sort of. But it also follows these 2 subplots that I just don't care about at all, with the backstory of how Cynthia met Garchomp and these 2 kids, Vic and Toria, which kind of prompt Ash and Cynthia to talk about their Pokemon. But also leads to Toria getting lost, which means we miss out on most of Leon and Dianthus battle. I think this is a horrible choice. It's not fair to Leon or Dianthus to lose out on screen time to anyone. I think it's pretty obvious they're pushing this Lucario vs Garchomp angle for Ash and Cynthia's upcoming match, but there's absolutely no place being in this episode, and just isn't really an interesting backstory either. And from what we know of the battle, Rillaboom absolutely smashed most of Dianthus' team. Team Rocket give us a recap of how the battle's gone, as you know, they off-screen most of the match, but it looks like Leon's Dragapult took down Hawlucha, then lost to Tyrantrum, which led to Rillaboom taking out each of Dianthus' team, and we pick up with a battle where Rillaboom faces off and beats down Goodra. Personally, I love seeing Rillaboom's raw strength showed off. The fact it wasn't Charizard having to do this work shows off just how strong Leon's team really is. It separates what makes a world champion on that next level to a regional champion. Gardevoir is last and it does finish off Rillaboom, so Leon responds with his ace, Charizard. Out comes Gardevoir's Mega Evolution and Leon Gigantamaxes in return. The first appearance of a Formless tournament. What's cool is that Leon actually begins this exchange with his usual finishing move, G-Max Wildfire, and it's a lot different from how we've seen it before, as Gardevoir is completely engulfed in flames, which turn into a tornado as the Fire Dragon thing Charizard launched flies around it. Gardevoir is the first Pokemon we've seen to actually tank the move, and not only that, she takes control of a G-Max Wildfire with a Psychic and launches it back at Charizard. Let's be real, Dianthus is not beating Leon with her own strength, so using Charizard's own power against it is a really smart move. It even catches Leon off guard for a moment. Then he commends her and counters a G-Max Wildfire with a Max Airstream. The combo of the 3 moves becomes 1, and Charizard is able to blast through it with 1 more G-Max Wildfire which defeats Gardevoir, giving Leon a very well-earned place in the finals. Leon's commanding victory is absolutely awesome. I just wish we got to see the whole battle instead of wasting time with setup for Ash vs Cynthia, which I really don't think we need because we've had enough setup within the series already, and especially not wasting time on these 2 kids and getting lost subplot. I know I'd be asking for them to fit a 6v6 into one episode, and I'd still prefer that to what we got, even if that would still have pacing issues. The clash between Charizard and Gardevoir ended up being pretty cool, and if we got to see Rillaboom flex its strength properly, that'd be very cool. So yeah, I think where I stand with this episode is that I thought the first half was a complete waste of time, even in the second half where they're still looking for that little girl. I was just counting the seconds away until we got back to the stadium. So would I call this episode good? Probably not, but at least the Leon vs Dianthus section was cool.